Right, guys, good evening and everyone, and welcome along to Sportscast Northeast Sports. My name is Bradley Young, which is going to be the host for the next hour and a half. Alongside me is Lee Farrell, who is the co-host. Good evening, Lee.
Hello, and I'll be speaking on both ends from both aspects of supporting both sides, Sunderland and Arsenal today, so a bit of a controversial talking. There's no comment.
Fair comments,
Lauren,
yeah.
set out the rules and regulations as we start, yeah. Obviously,
He's-
first person to say no at half one in the afternoon before the live came on was Reece Persian.
Then you've got this one, obviously from me, at 4:25, saying only 35 minutes until we're live. Please like and hit the subscribe button if you can, guys, as well. Big
It
perfect.
doesn't cost a penny. It doesn't cost a penny.
And hi everyone, can we please keep the channel professional at all times? No Roblox, none of that. Yep, absolutely.
Thank you, Rosa. Thank you.
You will be blocked from the chat in the channel if you don't. Yep, perfect.
Unless I give permission that someone can talk about relevant crap and take the piss. If it's revolve around decent banter, then yes. But if you're going to talk about Roblox, then you're out. But anyways, let's start the live off. 2-2 Sunderland versus Arsenal at the Stadium of Light. The attendance was 48,782. Absolutely amazing, Brad. It was outstanding. The atmosphere, it really was. I've got to give it to the people who set up before the game, doing all that display for the remembrance. Honest to God, it was amazing. Like, great to see everyone taking part in it. Honest to God. Heck, the players even took part of it during the week, helping set up as well. It just showed like how well it was. Honest to God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And obviously it rectified yesterday on that match when we turned up well against Arsenal.
Yeah.
But anyways, to the host now on his little verdict on the game. So what's your verdict, Brad, on the game?
To be honest, let's read. Is any more comments in the chat before I start? It was a fantastic game in atmosphere. It 100% was. Yeah.
It really was, yeah.
Right. Anyways, my verdict on this. To be fair, I thought we held our good first half against obviously leaders Arsenal. I thought we held quite good against them. Obviously, Ballard scored 37th minute, brilliant goal from him. And half time fast approached 8 minutes after. Obviously, Sunderland won, Arsenal 0. Then second half, obviously Arsenal got more dangerous to find openings, and it only took them 9 minutes to do so, with a goal from Bukayo Saka in the 54th minute. And that made it 1-1. Then, obviously, 20 minutes later, Leandro Trossard, left-hand side, a brilliant stunning goal, mind you. It makes it 2-1 to Arsenal. And then, literally, minutes spare, again, 90 plus 2 or 3 minutes added on.
It was fourth minute he scored, probably.
90 plus 4 minutes. Brian Brobby, take a bow, mate. Absolutely take a bow. What a brilliant goal that was.
Obviously, with that game, Brad, like how we performed as a team is like the motto what we always say is till the end. We legit fought till the end. We saw something completely different to what we normally see where we concede 1 or 2 goals, we normally drop our head. But we've done it against Chelsea, we've done it against Arsenal yesterday, where we absolutely did not take the foot off the brake. We were going and going and going. It was just Sadiq who was making the constant runs. You had Shaka's controlling the game. I love Shaka, what he was doing that game, because he showed the level-headedness.
Yeah.
Because, again, it was like the 12 men against us with the referee. Again, it was awful refereeing. And obviously, again, it was a situation Gabriel. Something happened to a Sunderland player and an Arsenal player. Gabriel stood over him. Shaka could have easily responded well, but Shaka turned and told him to get lost, kind of thing, instead of reacting what I normally did. And I loved it. I really did.
Yep. Ronaldo played well. Yes, Ronaldo played well.
He did okay.
Your dad would have been disappointed, Brad. Well, to be honest, he said 2-2 was a fair result. To be honest, it is for both teams. So we did keep it as that. That was an absolutely fair result.
And Paul's in the comments saying, "Hi lads, hope you're both doing well."
Hello, Paul, mate. You all right? How you doing? Doing fantastic, thank you.
Aye.
Yo, Paul. Shaka and Sadiqi's 1 yellow card away from a suspension, apparently, as well.
Yeah, I've seen that. Obviously, again, they shouldn't have been booked. From watching that game, they shouldn't have been booked because Arsenal was doing a lot more of the pushing, really. Again, like what I was going to say, that referee, give them the momentum. Their first goal, second goal. Our player got fouled up in the build-up. Our player got fouled in the build-up of that. And it shouldn't have been a goal. It's because of Calafiori. Calafiori should have been sent off. Like, in my personal opinion, as a Sunderland fan saying that, and I think Arsenal fan, well, I think it was one Arsenal fan I spoke to who said the same. He's surprised Calafiori is still on. But again, we shook up there. Brad wasn't there, he was unwell.
Oh,
He was having some cough syrup and lying in bed trying to heal his throat while I was watching the game and screaming his voice off.
Cough syrup. There we go. Muscle cough. Took like you that yesterday.
Lovely.
Lovely stuff.
But obviously, again, it's like when you're a Sunderland fan and you watch it, it's absolutely brilliant. But like what Paul said, it's up. What's his name again? The ref.
Craig Pawson.
Again, he was such a useless git. Honestly, I don't know what match he was watching.
I hate him.
A few times, honestly, I hate him. And it's like, that's 2-2 now. I had Sheffield referees. And they must be so bitter that they're taking out on us about that, and it's ridiculous. But again, away from that, we capitalised a brilliant performance against that. We didn't react. We didn't do anything. We didn't go to the referees. We didn't go to the crowd. It was great.
Rather lose them for Bournemouth game and have them back for a tough run in December.
Yeah. All we need is Xhaka and Sadiq to stay calm against Fulham. And then we're okay. And Fulham's not really a vicious game compared to Arsenal, because Arsenal as a team are very lack discipline for the past couple of games.
But
another player should have been sent off. I think another player should have been sent off was that Martin Zubamendi. He was around the referees, all screaming his hands in the air. He kept on fouling those as well. Another player who should have been sent off. Yeah. They should have ideally went down to like about 9 men Arsenal by that point, but again, it didn't happen. And the result of them getting the 2 goals from that, Brad, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because both them goals were from Sunderland. Shouldn't have happened. Arsenal had a throw in one time. They took 5 yards. They walked 5 yards down the touchline and take the throw in when the ball was all the way back. But when Mukiele did it, he got yelled at by the referee and fourth official and Mikel Arteta. And I was like, how man?
I know.
It's ridiculous.
That second goal, what you said, goal shouldn't have counted because it was a foul in the build-up. VAR didn't even check it for foul play.
And I'm going to say this, right? For a referee's game standard, there was 5 head injuries during that game. 5. And 3 of them got acknowledged.
What's this? Manager was lucky not to be sent to the stand.
Yeah, Mikel was lucky. Because there was a talk with him and the third official. I thought he got carded, but he didn't. The fourth official warned him of a card. So, you know.
Get yourself better for the next home game. Well, I think I took ill after the Everton game. That's when I lost my throat and voice and coughing and sneezing and everything else. After I come back from the Everton game, I was able to talk.
But again, Brad, you missed that atmosphere of the game. You had fans singing. Banged you, though. I'm saying this, right? Roke Red went quiet for about 20 minutes.
That's what I got told. Yeah, Paul told me this. It went quiet as fuck.
Scott, it was shocking. Like, honestly, God, when you're coming against teams like that, you don't stop singing from kick-off till the end. I even sung. And I'm not the one to sing along kind of thing, but I do when I'm getting behind my team. And again, it was great. I was even shouting at Arsenal players. Yeah, it was. It foul through every time. Like, when you throw the ball, you got to stop like that. But it was shouting like that, quick.
Yeah.
No, it should be done properly.
He was out his box more than he was in it. Exactly.
Yeah, Mikel was, I.
Know a few people who got unwell after the Everton game.
I heard it's because of them pies, you know, like.
Yeah.
Brad. It's all them pies. No, I'm joking.
Oh, God. North Stand was singing all the way through. Yeah, well, North Stand always do, and the Southwest corner do as well. It's all on
Mind
you.
you, what I'm going to say now, away from talking about fans, right? What did we do well in that game? First of all, we had good rotation near the end of the game. We saw also getting leggy. We put 3 attackers on.
Yeah.
And then we went away from 3, we put 4 on later on in that, after that. Because as well, just to mention, guys, right? Okay, from this game alone, also before coming to our ground, who's won nearly every single one of their games, and never conceded a goal ever since they lost to Liverpool. Then they came to our ground, and even the own assistant manager said we were the toughest opponents they played this season, and that's
Yeah.
something that you got to take from a league leader saying that, and that is absolutely amazing. God respect Gabriel Hines for saying that.
Yeah.
But again, we made the stadium a fortress. We really did. We protected it. We were roaring throughout when we did. It was great to see.
It was
Honestly,
fantastic.
God, when I said about rotation, we're fine. So Dingra play. Dingra
Mhm.
for a while never played since the Man U game. And that's the guy who really got overlooked a lot. And I was happy to see him. He done well.
I
He
thought he
ran.
played quite. I thought he played quite well when he came on. Like I like Simeon
He,
Drinker. I like him.
yeah, like obviously, and I just right. I'm going to say this. I couldn't follow Traore. He done.
No,
He won balls. He tried chasing after stuff that time.
he
So
actually
you
played
can't
quite
really
well.
fault anything. But we've got a very good squad. I think it was like one point Judy gave me dad messaged me saying, I'm in love with the Sunderland team. It's our best team in a long time, and it is.
I rate Drinker. Well, exactly. Obviously, he came from Brighton. He came from Premier League side. So he knows
Yeah.
what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Again, we need him to get a run a bit more, so that's been takes time with confidence. But speaking about confidence, imagine Bobby by now what he'd be like at home now. His confidence would be beaming after that performance.
I absolutely love that second goal from him yesterday, mate.
That goal was brilliant. And it wasn't just that, it was also the hold up that he's done. When he came up, he
Yeah,
was holding the ball. He had 3 defenders around him and he held the ball off and managed to pass off several times. And honest to God, it was amazing. But again, what we still need to do, besides point me up more shots at this game, but we still need to take the risk. Shaka needs to take the risk of the shots. Siddiqui does. If they had a poor game, Lauren. Oh, I thought you didn't know how to read.
to be honest, I do kind of agree with Lauren there. The first goal was his fault, but after that, I thought he grew into the
Right,
game quite
I've had this saying, right? When if you're going to go and get that ball from the back line, from the goalkeeper and carry forward, yeah, you need people around you to help out. And as a footballer, if you don't have that help, you're stuck. And look how many people you had around him. No one wanted the ball from him. You see, the next open man was Ballard, and Ballard did not want the ball. He went to turn to pass to Ballard, and Ballard said, no, go back. And he didn't want to go back, Enzo. He wanted to go forward. He wanted to pass the ball to someone so he could move forward, and he didn't get that help. So again, I think I blame the communication on that. It wasn't just him. It's the communication for that first goal. And mistakes happen like that, it does. But again, we've got to bounce back from that. And ideally, as well, the second goal blame, if you see who switched off, was Mandava.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
again, you got to look at how you can't just point fingers because again, these people still performed well besides the mistakes. And Enzo still ran the show well in the middle of the park. The times when he had that ball, he held it well.
100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when people say Enzo played crap, I love when people try doing what he done against Arsenal. I like to see what they done. He got stuck in. Just went up my window, my chair's going backwards. But anyways, I'm going from an Arsenal perspective now. As being also a part-time Arsenal fan bit. Right, well, I've got to say, right, Arsenal performance that game, again, kept a really good performance. But as an Arsenal fan, I was a bit frustrated of seeing time wasting. The time wasting for me was absolutely dreadful. Cheating football is not what Arsenal was about. Never done that, ever. I think it's the first time ever where I've had to say it's where I was a bit disappointed as an Arsenal fan to see that.
Yeah.
And also as well, I'm actually starting to see it more and more now of Mikel Arteta's little tantrums on the touchlines what he's getting. And it is frustrating. He's like a little child when he loses that, when he doesn't get his way, you know. And maybe that's why we get the nickname Bottle Job FC. because Mikel will flop and you'll find an excuse. And I know flying high now, but I don't see us winning the league. You look at Man City, how they're performing this season, and Man City can still win it.
I think at some point in the season, I think Arsenal's going to drop off.
Yeah, I think it's going to be after this game they're going to drop off. So they've got a lot of it. Like, we've got a lot of injuries still. We've got Gyökeres out, Wahad. I mean, this could be the excuse. Martinelli wasn't playing. Martinelli was by far being standout player this season for Arsenal. He wasn't playing.
Yeah.
But again, besides away from that, they've got well and truly depth squad. Eze had a cracking shot right off the crossbar, right? Then it bounced back to someone else and hoofed it out with the sun and going, oh, for God's sakes.
Mhm.
Like, I was not expecting to see someone do that. That was a waste, Brad. That was a waste.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, you would have seen yourself. Arsenal did not switch off.
No.
That's what Arsenal don't do, they switch off, but they're very calm under pressure, which lacks them.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lack of the goal threat sometimes. Again, Saka missed a sitter where he was against Trey Hume, and he took the shot and went way too wide, and that's the shot that you can't miss.
Yeah.
Also could have been about 3-2 or 3-0 up, 4-0 up at one point. But shots we caught them on the Sunderland caught them on the break, and Arsenal could have responded, and they chose not to at times. But you've seen the panic football, you start seeing the rush challenges, seeing Declan Rice losing his head a bit. This is an England international struggling against Sunderland, and you don't see that much, and it is frustrating to see. But for Sunderland's perspective, and a Sunderland fan, you look at that and you feed up that energy. That's what it is. They had everything going away with referees now. But when you have 40,000 Sunderland fans screaming their heads off, your spine's going to drop. And I've seen Arsenal play throughout the season, and nobody is giving a tough game for us as compared to Sunderland. And much as I love Sunderland, I'm saying this now, both teams I wanted to see do well. But for Sunderland's perspective, I want to get 6 points against Arsenal, and that wasn't going to happen. But I'll happily be taking 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'll happily take another draw in the next meet up at Emirates.
That'll
be a lot more tougher. That'll be a lot more tougher to play.
It will be. Yes, 100%.
So yeah, but that's away from the Arsenal's perspective of things. But another little side note what I put down, right? Since Xhaka leaving Arsenal, he's never played against Arsenal for Leverkusen ever. This was his first time against Arsenal since his departure.
Mm-hmm.
And you're seeing some of the players, and you've seen how much he has matured. He's in his prime now compared to he was in Arsenal.
Yeah.
Honestly, got the out of breathtaking performance. Xhaka was one of the key focal points of today, really. Well, yesterday's match, wasn't he?
Yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday. You just use that key focal point. That's all he was. When you look at someone, when you think of a club just getting promoted, you see him signing a player like Granit Xhaka for only pennies. Like, it wasn't a lot of money we paid for him. That is a steal.
And I tell you what, right, and I know people might argue with this, but I think Granit Xhaka and Noah Sadiq is one of the best in like midfields in the Premier League. I think it's going to be up there.
Yeah, but when we have Diarra back, and if Diarra's playing, gets his feet running again, that's a quadruple that's a triple midfield, which is going to dominate.
Yep.
Honest to God, but would we say that, or would we say Diarra coming in for Siddiqui now and then and letting him rest or whatever?
I think they'll be back that 4-3-3 rotation. I think they'll be back. I think he'll be coming back at some point. Yeah.
But again, that back five's working.
Yep.
And again, when you think Alderete might be back for the next game against Fulham because he's got a national break to recover now.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's back, that's going to be a headache for Reggie to think, especially given a recent game.
Yeah, 100%. Diarra is back for the game up the road. Yep, Diarra is back for Newcastle apparently. That's what I've been hearing. He wants to be back for that game. As best as
I've mentioned that a lot.
Yeah, and I think what's his name's going to be back for Fulham. Romain Mundo.
Romain Mundo might be back for Fulham. So he's going to be back for the game after Fulham.
Bournemouth. He'll be back for.
Yeah.
Yeah, home game.
So again, we're going to have a full healthy squad. Sooner or
Imagine
later, before you say. And then you got to think AFCON, right? It's because I was looking at something for AFCON, and you got after many points to qualify. Ronaldo Mandava's team doesn't have enough points to qualify for AFCON, so he might not be playing in it.
Oh, so he could be staying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Diarra, because he spent so much time out and he's missed 2 qualifying rounds, he might not be eligible for the main squad.
interesting.
So we might have Diarra still.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we've got a good squad in rotation. And because what I'm going to mention in January, what we're looking at, we might be able to feed off a little bit more money and try to get something better in the midfield to fill in for like the Siddiquis and them. But again, I'll mention that in a bit when we've done our little, like, talking about the games and all that, the announcements and etc. But apart from that, everything's been amazing this week for Sunderland. You couldn't write it off where we went second for that temporary bit. Then where are we now? Fourth?
Fourth in the league now, which is still amazing.
As it stands right now, we are fourth. But again, that's actually amazing. You can't say, like, a lot of people have been saying this on YouTube, we're being a very hyped up talk team. When someone said, Sunderland are having an overrated start of the season. Just thinking of the last team who've done this, where they were the season after they got relegated. Haha. But the thing is, besides the point, tell me a team who's in the top 4 by December. Please do. Who got promoted? Nobody's done it, apart from Leicester. But Leicester done it in the second season in. We're doing it in the first. And imagine the money and financial backing that we have to constantly improve. That's what's scary about Sunderland. Our squad is scarily cooking. We are bringing in players who are European talented players. Not just Premier League, European.
This is why we're in this position where we are now, because of all of these as well.
Honest God, you wouldn't have thought like brings the likes of the Talbys from Europe in, or the Diarras who legit Strasbourg just qualified for the Europa Conference and he left them to play for Sunderland. You wouldn't have thought you would have done that. Like, what the hell? Talby could have made an impact for Club Brugge the other day in Europa League, but he didn't. He chose to come to Sunderland. This stuff is what makes Sunderland an establishment side, which could be in the top 4. And I'm sick of hearing these joys say, "Oh, you've had an easy start." Right? You couldn't hold off Arsenal to a 2-2 draw when he got first promoted. And they couldn't. When they got promoted back from the Championship, they got battered. That's when Arsenal had Giroud up front. Not Gyökeres in them. But the difference. It really is. And that's when football platform should be put out as the most common sense way. There's Newcastle fans still saying out there, no, we've had an easy start. Because we've had it easy. We've had Chelsea, but we won. True against Arsenal. Then with the 2 teams that you look at, Arsenal were the top 2 last season, Brad. Then we played Chelsea, World Club Cup champions.
Exactly.
It's very, very tough to say, oh, we've done something against these. No one can do that. Leeds, Burnley, they've not done what we've done this season.
So guys, if we can draw Arsenal and if we can beat Chelsea, does that mean we can't get something against Man City and Liverpool? Because of course it doesn't. We can't get something against them.
But imagine if the time comes, Brad, we draw something like 0-0 against Liverpool, or we drew 1-1 with Man City.
Yeah.
What's the excuse then? Because no team's done that from promotion.
Exactly, and you know what? Even if it is 0-0 1-1 against both teams, I'll fucking take it. I'll take it. Because
the thing
it's
is,
a great result.
Like, if we beat Arsenal yesterday, I would say we're usually title contenders. Because Arsenal's been played absolutely astounding, amazing, breathtaking, fresh air football. But getting a draw for these is showing that we are more than likely a European side. But I'm saying this every single stream now, just get the point across. We are like a European side. We are pushing that borderline all the time. And that's what's going to keep us going and going. It's our model of recruitment, what we're doing. Like, Paul's even going to admit to me, if he could, we've had our little plan, and our plan is to be in the top 10 this season. And the amount of times we've overachieved from our plans has been amazing. So we keep pushing to overachieve. That's what it is.
But apparently, if we carry on with this points per game thing, I looked on Sky Bet, apparently we could finish on 66 points by come May. And Newcastle obviously have them amount of points and may qualify for Europa Champions League. So
Exactly. If we continue this with the points per game ratio, if we don't drop off, we could be in the top 4, 100%.
yeah,
Fair enough, we might not sustain it next the season after, but look at because it's really, really be proud of what we have. The captain saying let's get carried away. It's legit what it is because we've got a manager who came in, who legit just before he came to Sunderland had people threatening to attack his house because the side was getting relegated. And he came to Sunderland, won promotion in his first season, getting Sunderland in the top 4 in his second season in the English Football League. He is a manager who does not say that he's a manager. He doesn't say he takes the credit. He gives it all to the players. He is a studying manager. He likes studying. He likes learning. He likes watching and taking notes and telling the players what he's picked up on, but you used to your little revision. That's something what you don't normally see, Brad, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yep.
And you're coming onto it. And legit, Reggie is not the guy who will. You don't hear a manager saying this, right? But I'm going to quote what he said in an interview. On the game, we played how we played. It wasn't because of how the players performed or how I managed. It was the fans. The fans is what motivate the team to push more.
Yeah.
Which manager gives credit to the fans that much? None. And that's him pretty much asking fans to get behind the team all the time and build the atmosphere every week.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time we said that, he wanted a copy after West Ham. We didn't do that for a while until we played Arsenal. We need to keep doing that without a shadow of a doubt, Brad. Without that, we're going to get tortured.
It needs to be consistent, not just for one game out, one game in, one game out, 2 games
exactly,
out. Exactly, all the time.
Also, as well, after applaud the fans a bit because they've done really well. I've got a little bit of feedback for the fans. When it's 2 minutes silence and you're in a concourse, shut the hell up. Because there was noise from the concourse still. I heard it. People making fart noises from the mouse and all that. I take the piss and that. If you're going to do that, just didn't show up on Remembrance Day. If you're going to be a child, you just well go support them black and white twats up the road. They're Saudis. They don't care about remembering shit and that.
Yeah.
Go out there and support them.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and guess what, Brad? There was a lad, right? It was just behind me in Paul. It's the same name as you, Bradley. And I had a little tip for him because he was rinsing it the Sunderland players and done mistakes, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I did not know this. Apparently he's a YouTuber and he's a TikToker. Says he supports Sunderland. But I've seen him in a Newcastle shirt. And he claims to be a Sunderland fan. And he goes to Newcastle games and does videos on Newcastle games in Middlesbrough.
Oh, right.
And he was sitting in the stand saying he'd rather be a Geordie than a Mackham in the stand on his own singing that.
Really?
You know, I had to snap him and tell him to get the hell out before I do something to him. And he just showed up. But besides the point. And also as well, if people are here who watch the game, if you see these stuff off the the Memorial Day show of the Rose and all that stuff costs a lot of money. Don't start cribbling it all up and start chucking it all over. Because guess what? That stuff gets collected for next year.
It does.
For the next show, so don't stop wasting it. Because what it is, that means you're making our fans fork out more money to pay for new displays all the time. Sort your head out, grow the hell up.
Yep.
But that's my rant, Brad, really about it, because honestly, I've seen people doing it, and they were grown ass men.
Fucking stupid, man. Absolutely fucking stupid.
And chanting stupid stuff about Arsenal being the team full of nonsense and all that. Look, if we're going to about football, they're trying about football, not calling people paedophiles now, because guaranteed, if you're going to try about paedophiles, you're guaranteed to be one yourself.
Exactly.
So shut up. It's stupid. Point. It's childish. You let us watch a match, get behind the team, and that's all it is. And it ruined my game experience a bit. But apart from that, I loved watching it. I got to thank Michael Bowes for that ticket. I really do, because Michael Bowes let me have a season card to watch that game. was
Aye.
brilliant.
Mhm.
Better than reselling off to someone that you're dating. I may as well give it to someone that you do know.
Yeah.
Well, apart from that, fantastic. Again, Arsenal fans, brilliant, lovely fans that are. I saw some before the game. I had a good chat with them. They thought that we were going to stuff them or draw. I said, I want ever what you're smoking. That's why I literally said, because I thought they were going to turn on bum us, a new bumhole. And that did not happen. I was quite shocked. And at the end of the game, I was feeling Arsenal fans having a banter, having a laugh, and then I'll get home safe and you two and all that, having a laugh. And that's what it is. Because both sides, Heath, Newcastle. I don't know if you know that, Brad, but a lot of Arsenal fans don't like Newcastle. Newcastle don't like Arsenal. They don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
us.
But I seen a full time. I think it was who was it? I think it was an Arsenal fan who came out, and I think he was trying to like talk to Sunderland fans, and it didn't end well. And apparently he got caught by the security steward. It was one
Right,
from
that
Arsenal.
was an Arsenal fan who was on drugs and he tried attacking someone.
Oh God.
But apart from that, that's like one in every so often. You're going to get them type of fans.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
the Arsenal fans were really, really lovely.
Yeah.
They showed good hospitality. Like, you walk past them, you're giving them fist bumps. Oh, good game, lads, and all that. They're doing it to you. Good game, lads. Today. And at the end of the game, he's played really well. Well done. Stuff like that. The referee was crap, wasn't he? Yeah, he was crap for us as well, man. Well, he was like your 12th man in the laugh. You know what I mean? Like, they understand that because they've had it what we've had. But minus the relegations, that like because they've been the top team for a while. The worst at the finish was like 15th in the league, and that's to them like they've been relegated. But
Aye.
honest to God, it's just like how we see it is now is like we're done well, moving on to the next chapter now, rolling on Fulham, the next game, Brad.
Move on
That's
to
all I've
Craven.
got to say.
Yeah, move on to Craven Cottage at Fulham. Yeah, move on.
Yeah. Mind you, while we're talking about Sunderland, we're talking about Sunderland a lot now, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to speak about, we've been speaking about players coming back, yeah? So I'm going to say this, yeah? A major update on Dennis Cirkin's injury. He played 45 minutes the other day for Sunderland's under-21s game when Sunderland 21s won. He played the impact where he assisted 2 goals as well. And he played as a left winger. So that was fantastic to see. Also, as well, Academy news. Sunderland under-21s took on a trialist during the week for called Hassam Essadale from Morocco. Looks like he might be coming on a permanent. And also, the under-18s had someone called Triziano Wilson from Norwich Youth Academy. Both showed great, brilliant talent during the week and this weekend. Then onwards and upwards on that. Major announcement as well onto the coaching staff now. Former Premier League striker, former Reading, Derby, Charlton, and many other teams. He was a journeyman striker. Leroy Lita is appointed as a face development coach, working with the under-16s and under-15s players very closely within the academy, which is a major coup for us, which is quite well. He's our first Caribbean coach hired into the team. And also, as well, there's more academy coaching changes. It's going to be announced at some point, but nothing's been fully confirmed yet. It's still waiting ahead for that. And while I'm talking about little updates all the time, talking about January monitor now, monitoring the players that might who's been speculated for Sunderland, either returns, loans, whatever. Yeah. So the 2 major ones being heavily linked. Obviously, I mentioned before Andre Luiz, the Brazilian winger from the Portuguese league. I'm not going to go into him because I spoke about him against Man U 1. And also, as well, I'm going to speak about the centre half. He's 20-year-old, 6'2", Belgian centre half from Club Brugge who played with Talby. His name is Spilias. I don't know if I pronounced his name right or not. And he looks the piece. He looks really well built. So, player of wild, like you say, come in. Fabio Cavallo's been mentioned, a winger from Brentford on loan. Not sure on that. And the major one, heavily linked through because of his dad and the problems at Dortmund, is a Job Bellingham return.
I'm very shocked about that one.
And I would not accept. I wouldn't want to have him back because I thought he was crap. But it depends on what it is. This is what I've been contacted by my little contacts. Apart from that, so I think that's been announced by this behind the scenes or anything. But we've done well this weekend. We're rolling on to the international break now, Brad, aren't we?
Yeah, rolling on to international break pretty much, yeah.
So I don't know if we're not doing much videos on international break.
We'll
We're
never
more only
do.
focused on Sunderland, so we never do. So
Yeah.
apart from that, if we just in case there's any announcements, but that'll be on either Brad's TikTok channel or Instagram page, whatever. It's on mine, whatever.
Yep.
So just keep linked in with that circle, guys. By the way, we are 35 minutes into the live, and I know some people here have not clicked on the subscribe button yet. So don't forget to subscribe before we do our players review. So again, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. It doesn't cost a penny.
Before we do the player review, like the player ratings and stuff, did we talk about Everton? We didn't talk about Everton, did we? Because we didn't come on this week, did we?
John, I don't want to talk about Everton because because obviously it's been a while now to remember Salt to be on. But what I've got to take from that Everton game is like why we performed well against Arsenal because Shaka came up and said he was not happy with how we trained before the Everton game. It's how we replicated how we played on that game, and it wasn't really ideal. The Everton game we should have put a bit more passion into that. Again, I heard fans being complacent, saying we're going to get this, so we're just going to sit back and just watch it. Barely any noise. I was working it myself. And again, it was quite embarrassing to see when we conceded. And I was like, oh, where, man, and all that. And we're starting to see Ruth starting to concede goals now.
Yeah.
Which is worrying. So maybe we need to do something in training and make him, do a little bit more sticking in. He might be kicking himself in the teeth now because he does this. Because he's a goal, he blames himself, and it's not his fault. But he's his own worst critic, Robin. But apart from that, the Everton game, you got to take it as it's a game where we could have gotten our 3 points. Well, it should have been definitely 3 points. We really bottled it. I think when we got the 3 points, if we got a point today and then 3 points, we would have been second, hands down. But again, I'm not going to complain where we are right now. The Everton game, you always have them type of games where that'll happen. We had it against Burnley, and we just got to move on. Like what I say all the time, looking backwards on these games, it's just like it's like a no-no to me. So we played so well against Arsenal, you don't want to go back and start talking about the Everton game.
Yeah.
So, but the Everton game, to me, Brad, I just thought it was just absolutely shambolic.
Same here, to be fair. We could have a penalty on that game as well, but
that handball was a blatant handball. Obviously, that's why the referee got complaining about that referee. That was another Sheffield referee again that I mentioned about. Before that's 2 referees and 2 now from Sheffield who try sabotaging our game. And just what we've done well as a team, as a collective, though, we didn't stop and complain. We continued. Then we put the report in at the end. Put a report of the referee in. And that's what it was.
We've done the right thing. Not complain, then do that.
We just continue playing, and then if there's... Because you can't fight VAR, you can't fight the referee. They chose not to do VAR, which was ridiculous. There should have been some VAR decisions in the Arsenal game, really, but they didn't. Because we still hadn't played that game. But again, regardless of that, we should be just thinking about now is what's the next step all the time. Next step. And with that, I love Ridge saying that project of that game's done. We've got a new project now. And it's now Project Fulham. And it's like he's like a little Frenchman on a mission, isn't he?
Yeah.
The little Frenchman on a mission with his little tasks and his objectives now. It's good. I like it. You don't see him shouting. You don't see him shouting. He's so calm.
I heard in his press conference, in his post-match as well, something about the advertising boards apparently got pushed back, and he turned around and went, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" Well, that was absolutely funny to watch. What
was with that? The advertising boards got pushed a bit closer. He wanted them closer, for the ball movement on the pitch. Because I think it was the Everton game. He didn't like it because it was windy and the ball was moving, travelling too fast. Because of the advertisement boards. So I asked him to push him forward a little bit. I thought that was hilarious, hearing that, but again, it's stuff to throw off the teams. So it's like if Mikel came to the game, he's looking at it going, "Oh, that's a nice pitch. Hang on, why is this being pushed forward a bit? What the fuck? It's a rattle them. It's a change, and they don't like that. And
Yeah.
like what Enzo Maresca says, like you come into a game, you do your research, and the team always sticks to that. He did not predict us having a back five. Also knew we had a back five, but they
Yeah.
didn't predict us to go putting forward tackles on. At the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would normally do that against a team up there. No, you take your attackers off and start defending 2-2. Oh, let's hang back a bit. No, we took Katrina off and we put on bloody the end and start pushing more. I'm going, what
Yeah.
the hell we're doing? We were pushing for that third goal and it wasn't. I was like, oh, yeah. But apart from that, it was amazing. It really was.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, I couldn't fault the lads as much as I could. They just really shone well, and obviously, Babies, do you want to do our players' little ratings now and explaining why we've done the ratings and that?
Shall we deep dive into the player ratings now, shall we? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, player ratings for Sunderland versus Arsenal. Lee, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? Which way do you want to do it this time? Because you know.
You do it first, because I always do it.
Right, I'll go first, you go second. So, Robin Roofs, I'm going to say obviously, yesterday, we got 2 goals in, conceded them. But to be honest, the first one, I think, he does blame himself. To be honest, I have to obviously agree. I think it was his fault for the first one, but the second one, I don't think it was. Second one, he couldn't blame himself for that one because look at what do you call him done? Trossard. Do you really think he could have saved that? I really didn't think he would save that. So, but for me, all-round performance. Other than that, obviously not to lose anymore, I'll give him an 8. I'll still give him an 8.
I'll agree with that. Like with the goals thing. Again, you're going against a team like Arsenal. You're not going to keep a clean sheet. But again, he demanded his box well. He even took a knock in the first half. He was down for a little bit, just to contribute. His goal contribution is fantastic. I love it, and for that, I'm gonna have to give him an 8.5. He's a cracking player. He stood out well.
Right, second player is Trey Hume. For me, I thought Trey Hume had a good game yesterday compared to other games what he's been in. Obviously, Everton. I thought he was quite shaky. Chelsea, I thought he was all right as well in, but this game I thought he had a better game than others. For me, I'm going to give Trey Hume an 8 as well.
I'm going to give Hume a 9 because obviously he got stuck in. He really did. He gave it a good bash. He had to man mark Trossard, and man marking Trossard's not an easy job. He's done well for most of the time. He had Trossard frustrated.
Yep.
And he did, and obviously he dove into every challenge. Honestly, God, it was brilliant to see, and that's what I like seeing as a team. People who's willing to take them risks to throw themselves into them challenges. If it wasn't for Hume in that game, I think Trossard would have had a bit of a blinder of a game. But Hume was a solid 9 for me.
Next player who I really do want to talk about is Dan Ballard. I've got a lot to say about him. What a player you are, and I mean what a player. Obviously, scoring, obviously against your former club, obviously where you were in the academy with Arsenal, obviously great goal, obviously as well before the end. 90 plus 6 minutes, I think it was, when Arsenal could have went 3-2 up. Ballard, mind, after that roof save, when Gabriel...
He shot himself, didn't he? He just shot himself in front of that ball.
Yeah, when Gabriel could have a shot himself, Ballard was like this. He was like, goodbye, see you later. Was like absolutely tremendous. And to be honest, for that as well, that alone, I would have given you a 10. But that goal, if I could have given you 100, I would. But obviously, 10 for me.
Well, for me, Ballard stood out really well on that pitch because he commanded that back line.
Yeah.
Like, he really did. He took the responsibilities well. It wasn't just that. It was the deflections that he'd done. Everything. His contribution at the back and his communication was great. Apart from that one little blip when Enzo nearly lost the ball. Apart from that, when Enzo lost the ball. Apart from that, Ballard got the 10 for me because he just really stood out well in that game. It wasn't that. It's not easy, like I say, marking these players at Arsenal. It's not easy when they're quick, and Ballard's not quick, but Ballard really outstrengthened them. He really did. And that's what you have to have as a back line, as a defender. He was like the Mackham Dan Burn.
Yeah.
If you have to say, I think he even performed better than what Burn did against Arsenal. Like, Ballard really pocketed a lot of people, and he done really well. I think he marked 2 people at one point, and he done a brilliant clearance. Like, that guy, like, if he didn't play for Northern Ireland, he'd be playing in the England squad. Better than some of the English defenders out there. So, for me, that's a 10. For me, that's a 10.
Right back, no, hold on. Another centre back, Nordi Mukiele, obviously, for him, obviously for the long throws, absolutely tremendous. I thought Mukiele had a great game yesterday. I'm going to give him a 9.5.
Brad, have you just got my notes? I'm going to say it's Mukiele. It wasn't away from the long throws, his defensive contribution. Again, he won the ball. He tried passing the ball in the right positions. He's marking people, and he wasn't out. He's winning aerial duels. And for me, that's a 9.5 because of that. Because as a defender, you got to have that. But
100%.
sometimes you just got to see it as like, yeah, I'm going to now look at it going, I need to move. It's his movement. He doesn't stay still. I love it.
Yeah. I'll be on and off, just checking chat if that's is okay. Yeah, no problem.
That's fine.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Mandava, Ronaldo Mandava.
You missed a player.
What?
Gertruda.
Yeah, I've got him after. Ronaldo.
Oh, because Ronaldo's the left back. You'll start right to the left.
Oh, wait, yeah. So it's Gertruda first before that. So let's talk about Lautaro Gertruda then. To be honest, I thought he had a really, really good game as well. Quite solid. But not as big as last week, Ray. Now I'll give him an 8.5.
Brad, you're definitely copying me. Obviously, Gertruda, again, he carries the ball well and looks for that visionary of the pass as well.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm going to say it's going to be hard for putting Aldred in our squad. And Gertruda fits in quite well. But Gertruda, for me, is an 8.5 because he fits in. He fits in that back 5, and it's the right tactic for him being around.
Yeah. Now we can talk about Ronaldo Mandava. Thought Ronaldo had a great game yesterday as well, mind. Obviously, a couple of fouls he made on an Arsenal player. Obviously, that second one what he made was 100% a yellow card. Can't argue with that. But to be honest, other than that, I'm going to give Ronaldo Mandava an 8. Thought he played quite well.
Say for me, Ronaldo done well. But again, there was times when Saka had him beaten. There was a time when Saka sipped the ball through his legs, made him look like water. Just went straight through him. And again, I'm going to be the critic for Ronaldo because as much as he is good, he has his flaws where he's not beating the men. The men's easily beating him around there. He's got a little bit more pace here. I know he's 32 coming up, but again, his experience is great. But Saka was running rings around him and outpacing him. For me, for that, it's going to be tough saying that. It's a 7.5 for that. He really did not stand out to me in that game. He wasn't the person I was watching. I was a lot more other people that I was watching in that game, and I would give him a 7.5.
Right, the next one who I've got here is Granit Xhaka. And for me, Granit Xhaka just does what Granit Xhaka does. He's a leader. He's a captain.
Yeah.
Pretty much does what he does. And to be honest, he had a really, really superb game yesterday. Obviously, pointing instructions at other players, telling them where to go and stuff, marking them where to go. Absolutely tremendous what he does on that pitch. He's like like what everyone said last week on the podcast. He's a second head coach on the pitch. For me, it's a 9.5.
9.5. How Brad? Thing is, right, I was watching Xhaka. When you watch him in the ground, he does everything. Away from the defensive tactics, he looks at the attacker's tactics. He's doing set pieces. He's telling people where to go on the set pieces. He's implemented the new defensive setup now in the free kicks. What we do, we're letting Arsenal get in our gaps. Then we've got people, so we've got a man, gap, another man to get there. But away from that gap, there's a guy like that, so there's little triangles all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know where he's getting that from, because this was the Shaka thing, what he done at Leverkusen. And it works. So you can't score from them tactics in set pieces. And obviously he's doing that for that reason of to defend it well. He's even telling the goalkeeper to keep the ball down, don't put the ball up. The Gabriel's like 6 foot odd, you're not going to get the ball over his head to Bobby or
No.
whoever is there. So keep it down, look for this man. And obviously for that, that's what you call a guy with knowledge. It's a guy who's got knowledge, he's got his experience, but also as time he's a bit not level headed as much. He's level headed now, he's calm and composure. He's the guy who the team looks at and it's a 10. He's the role model. It's 10.
Next player is Noah Siddiqui. Noah Siddiqui.
Right, it's you, Brad, to go first, remember?
Oh, yeah. How are you distracting us? Go on, next door, 10 minutes. Be done in 10 minutes. Go on. See you later. See you soon. Right. Noah Siddiqui. For me, like always, he has a good game. Him and Xhaka link up well, obviously with Enzo as well. For me, I did say a 9 before, but I'm going to add a 0.5 or I'm going to say a 9.5.
Say for me, I think Siddiqui, if it wasn't for Dan Bard, he would get man in the match. Because he was all over. He had also midfield confused as hell. He's the guy who controlled the tempo of the game for a change. Obviously, you see the two complete different sides. Xhaka and Siddiqui. Siddiqui is that box-to-box guy who's going to get that ball, push it forward as much as he can. But Xhaka is that guy who's just going to control the pace of the game when he wants to. Go right now, let's calm it. But Siddiqui is that guy who feeds well off Xhaka. He's getting stuck in. Like, he was within the first 10 minutes of the game watching it, all you see was Siddiqui. He ran into Declan Rice, swiped the ball off him. Then someone else got the ball. He legged it down. He chased it down. He wins the balls. Honestly, God, there's a guy. It's the type of players that I love at Sunderland. Who show the grit and grind of the town. Who knows what it's like to play for that red and white shirt. For years, bro, before you was supposed to Sunderland, back when you were a mag. I have to say this right. I know I'm saying this as a joke, but Siddiqui is that player where you look at back in the 90s and 2000s. It was a grit and grind player who gets stuck in. For me, for that, because I love that, because that's what the town's all about. It's a 10.
Yeah.
And that's my first time giving 3 10s out on the live.
Bloody hell. Anyways, next player who we're going to talk about is Enzo Lefebvre. For me, Enzo Lefebvre, obviously, that goal obviously was his fault. I'm not going to lie, I will stick with what Lauren said. But afterwards, I thought he got into the game quite solid and I thought he played quite great after that. But for that goal error, and for that, I'm going to take a point off him. But I was going to give him a 9, but I'm giving him an 8 instead.
Yeah. I said 8.5 because, again, the communication between Enzo and the team, that game was a little bit poor for Enzo. But apart from that, you can't fault him for what he does right. His passing, his movement is absolutely fantastic. His breath, it's like fresh breath there. And he's keeping the dinger out of the team, which is something for someone to say that's quite hard to do. Yeah. But I don't know if it's because Enzo Lefebvre and Lebre must be best pals or something. But Lefebvre has really stood out well for this side this season, and he stood out well against Arsenal. I think he's probably arguably the best winger of that game.
Well, I remember ages ago, mate, when Enzo Lefebvre was sitting on the bench for quite a while, and I think, I don't know what was going on, but I think Reggie's and him had a bit of an argument and a bit of a fallout, but I think
he was going through a loss when your loss is relative not at the time.
Yeah,
that's what it was. So, but he's came back now. He's coming with a vengeance and he's coming to play, and that's what he said. And I think that's what we're seeing more of Enzo now. And he's winning the balls. You got to remember, no player, what I said about risk, will do what Enzo's done in that game. Fair enough. when he went for that ball, no one ran for that ball. He
No,
got played that by the goalkeeper and no one wanted it. So he took the
no,
ball and he had 3 Arsenal shirts around him and Southern players nowhere in sight. Well, they
yeah,
were there, but he wouldn't have seen that.
no,
So he'd be in panic mode and he would have flopped. And you can't
yeah.
fault that. As a footballer, that does happen. And I'm going to give him the 8.5 for that. 8.5.
I think all footballers do it. Like, it's not just him. So really, we're kind of just really,
Exactly.
yeah,
8.5.
yeah, 100%. Right. Next one, we're going to move on to now is Bertrand Traore.
I'm
I
going to
thought,
go.
go on.
I thought you had a bit of a better performance, Brad.
I agree. I thought he played better yesterday. Not as good, but I thought he had a great, like an okayish game. I would say, not like an average game, not like a good game. I'll
He
just
wasn't
say,
outstanding, but
like,
he done his job, didn't he? He done the
he done
job.
his he done his job. What he needed to do, and to be honest, that's all you can ask for, really, isn't it? So
Yeah, 100%.
for me, I'll give Bertrand Traore an 8.5.
See, I went less than that, Brad, because of that, because he's a
Mm-hmm.
he's a squad rotational player, really, for
Yeah.
my liking. And for that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving him a 7 for that, because he's playing like a squad rotation player in the first team, filling in a gap somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's playing as that when we've got Talby there still. But Traore done basics right. He tried chasing balls down. Fair enough, he's beaten a lot of the times by Calafiori. But you had
Uh,
Calafiori looking like a tit, and you had Calafiori going for him loads of times. Because when
mm-hmm.
you had that ball. So I'm gonna have to give him a 7 for that because he did try. And
Yeah.
you gotta give him that credit for trying.
Yeah. Last player who we're going to talk about before we move on to the bench is Wilson Isidore. And for me, I thought Wilson had a better game yesterday than he has been recently. I think he's trying to get. No, don't agree with that by the looks of things. Talk about that after then. So I thought he had a couple of shots what could have been on target, which wasn't quite on target. But to
He
be
only had
honest,
one shot.
did he?
He only had one shot all game.
One shot all game. Well. I've given him an 8 on here. I've just been nice. I'll just give him an 8.
Yeah. Well,
Go
for
on,
me,
mate.
I think Wilson done well tracking back. He tried winning balls. He had a shot which he should have buried, really.
Yeah,
But obviously it was wide. It was a tough angle shot anyway. We see some players scoring that in the Premier League. I don't know
yeah.
if it's because of my standard, Brad. That's why I'm saying it. I
Mm-hmm.
really think that we've seen a better version of Wilson before where he scored goals and he's in the right places, right times.
Yeah,
And I have to be bluntly saying this as I can right now, is that like it's a 7.5 because a striker's job is to score goals, take
yeah.
chances, and he
That's
needs
all
to
true.
be in that area when they're both played
Yeah.
in. When they're both played in the box, he needs to be strong. He's tried holding off the ball, he's weak to do that. I will not
Yeah.
put him up front on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And for that, that's why I give him 7.5.
Yeah. Right, now we're going to talk about the subs who came on. Talby, Brobby, Adringa, and Bienda. So, first, we're going to be talking about Champions Talby. For me, I thought Talby had a great game when he came on. I thought he run the show, obviously trying to get them balls through to the strikers, obviously trying to play the ball to Enzo a few times. And for me, I thought he had a great game when he came on. For me, I'm going to give him an 8.
Say for me, I think Talby done well because of not just
Yeah,
because of what you said. It's like he came off and brings that something different when you do that rotation. It
yeah,
changes the setup of the squad to make the team go, oh shit. That's what it is. And they've done that.
mm-hmm.
He came on and he brought electricity onto the pitch. He's charging forward. And when you bring someone on like that who can charge at you and bring pace into it, it
Yeah,
makes teams shit themselves. And especially when also on the last legs. Like his deliveries into the box, he's trying to get the ball in the box all the time. Fair enough, no one's in there to win them, but he's getting the ball in the right areas all the time. And he wants someone in there to do that.
yeah.
So that's why I give him an 8.
You good? Yeah, you do give him an 8 as well.
Yeah, I give him an 8 for that reason, but yeah, just a little bit more reasons behind it. But yeah,
Yeah. Next player for me is Private Brian Brobby. For he had a brilliant game when he came on as well. Obviously scored in the 90 plus
Looks good,
4.
looks fine. Brian Bobby on my mind. Andy Sunderland, nice singing dee dee die, dee dee dum, dee dee do. Roll off a defender, score 1 or 2. Looks good, looks fine. Brian Bobby on my mind. Andy Sunderland, number 9, dee dee die. Sorry, I love that. He's how I'm trying to become a fan of Bobby now after my little hate for him at the beginning of the season.
But to be honest, no, aside to all that, I thought he played really fucking well when he came on. I thought he had a good game yesterday.
Language, Timothy.
Sorry. For me, I'm going to give him a 10 as well. I thought that's a second 10 coming out. So probably 10 for me.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to say my reasons of Bobby. Yeah. When you define a centre forward, he holds the ball up well. He stood strong. He held off 3 defenders 1 point. He still tries up before what he done against Chelsea. So that was his best moment what he done. But then it was the 93rd minute. The ball's getting fucked about a bit, kind of thing outside the box. The ball got played in. I don't know if he knew what he was doing or not, but it looked like a little backwards goal side kick kind of thing in the goal, like some sort of like Karate Kid motion.
Mm-hmm.
And it went in. When I saw that, I leaped up with the air. I've never seen Brian Bobby run this fast before in my life. Like, I'd never see a fatty run that fast. But obviously, God, he sprinted to that corner flag, slid and celebrated. Honest to God, it was amazing. I loved him when he done that, and it shows the passion that he wanted. And I think, you think of a centre forward who needs to have an attitude. He brings that attitude. He brings that momentum. He's going to bring that momentum. If he's going to feed off that goal now, he's going to want to keep on working on that in the training ground. And when it comes to Fulham, he needs to be starting him. And I'll give Robbie a 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 10s in one live, Brad.
Mad. Absolutely crazy.
Next player.
Next player is Simeon Adringa.
Simon Adingra.
I thought you pronounced Simeon Adringa.
No, Simon. Simon
Adringa. Simon Adringa. Okay.
Simon or Simon?
Anyways, Simon Adringa, when he came on, I thought he had a good game as well. Thought he played quite good football. For me, he gets an 8.
Again, when I say I'm going to say about Talby, he comes on, brings energy, and he ran at legs when they were starting to get tired. And I think if this tactic's what we're going to start doing, I'm liking it. So if there's tight legs at the back for Arsenal or whoever we're playing against, they come charging. That's what it is. When the three tackle players came on for 3 tackle players, so it came off as Torre, Enzo, and Wilson for them 3. I was shocked. I was beside me point of that when that happened, and I was like, "You're really going to put another 3 more tackles on?" No, you change it up a bit to see what happens, and it worked. And honestly, God, and the thing that he runs, he's looking. I want to see more of him. I want to see him do more. I want to see him work on some stuff a bit more. That's why I'm going to give him the rate that I have done. But he needs to stop beating men. He needs to stop running the side. He needs to start taking them shots. So for that, I'm giving him a 7.5. I'm being his critic. Because every time I've done being a critic of someone, they turn out and getting 10s afterwards. So I'm giving him a 7.5 because of that reason. He needs to start beating men. He needs to stop being creative. He needs to start getting that ball to someone in that box area or someone in the right area. But apart from that, 7.5.
And the last player is Eliza Mayenda. For me, I can't really say much about him because he did come on later on in the game. For me, I'll give him a rating. I'm going to give him a 5.
Well, mind you, 5's a bit too low, kind of thing. I say. For some people, because he came on and he showed he ran around the pitch when he came on. Because again, he came on when it was just after the Robbie goal. He came on.
Mm-hmm.
Then it came to the 98th minute when it was full time. So I had 4 minutes run out, so it's enough time to judge him. But again, I think I want Eliza to learn a bit more.
Especially in this league.
I don't know if it's his ego. There's an ego of him going, "Boy, big man, what's your name?" kind of thing, Trent, because he loves it. He's calling himself big man, and I think we need to peg him down a bit, keep him as a rotational player. I'm giving him a 6. I want to start seeing him within the 20 months a little bit, working on his game, working on how he's going to improve. Apart from that, it's a 6, Brad. But overall, brilliant performance.
Mhm.
But we said about man of the matches. I said mine was Dan Bollard on the top of my sheet here. No City was a close second. I would say start seeing Bobby a lot more.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's the end of player ratings. So, anyways, before we go, I'm going to just do a roundup of our next 5 games. So, our next 5 games are Fulham away, Bournemouth at home, Liverpool away, Man City away, and the Mags at home. So, how many points do you reckon we'll get out of them?
For me, looking at that, right, I'm going to have to look at the comment again. So we've got Fulham. Fulham's at 3 points. Fulham's at 3 points that we should really look at, yeah. Bournemouth, I'll say 3 points again, that's 6. Liverpool, draw. Man City, draw. I'm being very ambitious, yeah. So Fulham, that should be win. Bournemouth win. Liverpool, win or draw. Go home against Liverpool. Man City, draw. And then Newcastle, hammer. Because we need to get... I think they're the weakest side out of all these that we're playing is Newcastle.
Yeah.
As far as I believe, Fulham's above Newcastle.
We are actually above. Newcastle are 14th now.
Yeah, so the 15th actually because we lost today.
15th now with two points off the relegation drop.
Well, mind you, they've been only 3 points away from it all the time.
I know.
But mind you, though, just imagine that a team playing in Champions League getting relegated.
Oh, Jesus.
Eddie Howe's army has already started today. After their loss today.
Yeah, already started. But mine, I would say Fulham win, Bournemouth draw, Liverpool win, Man City draw, Newcastle win. Pretty much close to what you said.
Yeah. So we should get pick up points before the internationals for the AFCON and that.
Yeah.
But anyways, before we sign off for the live, guys, if you haven't already and you're on this live, why have you not subscribed yet? You wasted all this hour just watching us talk and you haven't subscribed? You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There, you subscribed. If you haven't already, if you didn't do that by then, you're slow. Subscribe, like, and also share it with your mum, dad, dog, your aunt, your grandpa, whoever. Please share. It doesn't cost a penny. We're growing as a channel. It's good to see us grow. And hopefully by the next live we'll have Mr. Wilson back on. He's just busy today, so if anyone asks. And we'll try to get some guests on the next live as well. Hopefully. So from myself, Fez, I'm saying ciao ciao. Have a lovely weekend. Well, what's left of it.
And saying goodbye from Bradley Young, who was the host. Goodbye, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. Obviously, still the weekend. Have a great Sunday night if you go out. Have any plans.
Don't forget, guys. Fuck the Mags. Look at the gap. We're going to win the league.
Come on.
All right,